Rhino charges. Understanding the beast behind the charged rhinos are among the most formidable creatures on Earth, and their charging behavior can be both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Despite their tank-like build, rhinos are not naturally aggressive without reason. Their charges often stem from fear, confusion, or territorial instincts. Let's break down the factors that drive rhinos to charge and explore some incredible real-life encounters that highlight their raw power and unpredictability. Why do rhinos charge? 1. Poor vision. High suspicion. Rhinos have notoriously poor eyesight, which makes them rely more on their acute sense of smell and hearing. This visual impairment often leads to heightened suspicion, as they cannot clearly distinguish between friend and foe. If they detect movement or hear an unusual sound but cannot identify its source, their survival instinct kicks in, charging first and assessing later. This defensive behavior is particularly common in black rhinos, which tend to be more aggressive than their white rhino counterparts. 2. Territorial defense. Male rhinos are highly territorial, especially black rhinos, which have a reputation for being short-tempered. If another animal, or even a vehicle, intrudes upon their space, they may perceive it as a threat and charge to assert dominance. Rhinos use dung piles, urine markings, and vocalizations to establish their territory, and an intruder violating these boundaries can provoke an immediate, full-speed charge. 3. Maternal protection. Rhino mothers are among the most protective in the animal kingdom. A female rhino will not hesitate to charge at anything that appears to threaten her calf, even if the perceived danger is unintentional. This is especially crucial in areas with human activity, where well-meaning observers might inadvertently trigger a defensive response from a mother rhino. 4. Startle reflex. Despite their imposing size, rhinos are prey animals, meaning they are naturally wired to react defensively to sudden movements, loud noises, or unfamiliar scents. A startled rhino may charge out of sheer reflex, attempting to eliminate the perceived threat before it has a chance to strike. Even something as simple as a camera flash or a brightly colored piece of clothing can set off this instinctive reaction. 5. Mock charges versus full charges. Not all rhino charges are full-fledged attacks. Rhinos sometimes perform mock charges, where they run a short distance toward the threat before stopping abruptly, snorting, and stamping their feet. This is a warning sign, meant to intimidate the intruder into backing off. However, if the perceived threat does not retreat, the rhino may escalate to a full charge, reaching speeds of up to 34 miles per hour, 55 km per hour. At that point, there is little chance of outrunning or stopping the beast. Incredible rhino charge encounters. 1. The safari close call. In South Africa's Kruger National Park, a group of tourists had a heart-stopping experience when a black rhino charged their open-top safari vehicle. The driver, an experienced guide, knew better than to panic. Speaking in a calm, low voice, he reassured the passengers while avoiding any sudden movements. Just feet away from the vehicle, the rhino stopped, snorted aggressively, and, after an intense standoff, decided to retreat into the bush. It was a powerful reminder that confidence and calmness can sometimes diffuse a dangerous wildlife encounter. 2. The cyclist's nightmare. In Namibia, an endurance cyclist was pedaling through the savannah when he unknowingly rode too close to a resting rhino. The massive beast, startled by the unexpected movement, charged at full speed. The cyclist swerved off the trail in a desperate attempt to escape but ended up crashing into a thorny bush. Luckily, the rhino seemed satisfied that the threat had been neutralized and lost interest, allowing the shaken cyclist to walk away with only a few scratches. 3. The zookeeper's quick thinking. At a wildlife conservation center, a zookeeper found himself in the direct path of an agitated white rhino. With no time to run and no obstacles nearby, he relied on his training. He froze completely still. The rhino, confused by the lack of movement, hesitated. After a few tense moments, the massive creature snorted and walked away, leaving the zookeeper unharmed. This encounter underscored an essential survival tactic. Sometimes, standing your ground is the best way to avoid triggering a full-scale attack. How to survive a rhino charge. Stay still if close. If a rhino charges and you are nearby, sudden movement can escalate the attack. Remaining motionless may cause the rhino to reconsider. Use trees or large obstacles. Rhinos have poor maneuverability and struggle to make sharp turns. Using a tree, boulder, or even a termite mound as a barrier can help you evade an attack. Climb if possible. If you have the chance, climbing a tree or an elevated surface can place you out of reach. Throw an object. In some cases, tossing an item, such as a hat or backpack, can distract the rhino momentarily, giving you a chance to escape. Encounters with rhinos can be both thrilling and dangerous. Understanding their behavior and respecting their space is key to coexisting safely with these magnificent creatures. Have you ever had a close wildlife encounter? Share your story. Rocket.